Hey, so in this video, we are going to talk about how you can manifest money fast without a job. All right. So there are two things that I want to talk about today that is going to help you to do this. So the first step is most of the time, people who have a hard time with the concept of manifesting money without a job usually have a root chakra issue. Now, there are 7 chakras in the body. And the root chakra is associated with your finances. All right. It basically is also associated with basic needs like food, shelter, water, and money. Right. So when this is blocked, it can affect you financially. A lot of times, a blocked root chakra looks something along the lines of a person who struggles to make money. Right. This is somebody who may struggle to keep money, right? Like maybe you make money, but you have a hard time saving. Or it seems like every time you start saving and you're starting to like get in like an increase of money out of nowhere, there's like something that just comes and like takes all your money, right? So most of the time when this happens, this is a root chakra issue. You might be somebody who makes a lot of money, but you're always fearful that you're going to lose the money. You might be somebody who never has ever had money and you can't figure out why you can't get money, right? Like you're watching your family and friends thriving, and no matter how much you try, it's always an obstacle. It's probably a root chakra issue. Okay, so how you can actually work on your root chakra is just awareness. So if you're watching this video and you're like, I didn't even know what a root chakra was, or I didn't even know that was what was getting in my way. Now you're aware, right? So that's the first step, is awareness. Just being aware can make you make major changes in your life, right? Like for example, if I'm just using an example here. Let's say you're like, okay, damn, the kind of jobs that I manifest, for example, let's say you want to get a job. You're like, man, they don't never want to pay me what I'm worth. Now you know, oh, it's probably because my root chakra is blocked, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is looking at your limiting beliefs about money, right? What are your beliefs about money when it comes to you? And what I mean by limiting beliefs is just beliefs that restrict you from the things that you want, which is money. So are you somebody who believes that, hey, I'll always be poor? You know, are you somebody who feels like money doesn't come to you easily? Right? You got to figure out what your limiting beliefs are about money, right? And then you got to figure out where they came from. So let's say you feel like you will always be poor. Why do you feel that way? Maybe the people in your family were all poor. Maybe you never saw them thrive. You never saw them excel. So you feel like, hey, I'm not going to either. Maybe every time you try to start a business, it never takes off the way you want it to. Maybe when you work at jobs, you always feel like you're not appreciated. You have a hard time getting a promotion. You have a hard time getting along with your bosses and things like that. You got to figure out where that limiting belief came from when it comes to money, right? So once you figure that out, you want to create new positive beliefs about money, right? How do you do that? You work on your self-concept. Your self-concept is your beliefs about yourself. It's how you see yourself, right? So you have to change your mindset from, I never make a lot of money, to money just comes to me naturally. It just flows to me naturally, right? You can also follow a diet that is geared towards the root chakra. They actually have food that you can eat that will actually help the root chakra. That's just a couple of things that you can do. There's many things you could do to heal your root chakra. I just want to name a few that is honestly easy for you to do, right? Now, the next thing I want to get into is the second part of how to actually manifest making money fast without having to get a job. And that is getting paid for a skill you already have. So a lot of people feel like they don't have a lot of skills, or a lot of people feel like they're not very talented. Like a lot of people think this, right? And I want you to understand that there's a skill that you already have that somebody will pay you a lot of money to either teach them or to do for them. So here's an example, and I always use this example because it just really resonates with me. I remember when my grandmother had passed away, and we went to her house, and we were staying there, and in one of the rooms, she had a computer. And my grandmother passed away, I believe, in her 50s. And I remember one of my cousins was like, oh yeah, grandma was trying to learn how to use a computer. And I was like, oh, that's cool, because my grandmother, she's from Jamaica. She didn't get to have the education that we get to have here in America. She wasn't afforded the same opportunities. So her trying to learn how to use a computer was a big thing, right? But can you believe it or not that they actually have classes where they teach people who are senior citizens how to use computers? Just like your grandmother, she may ask you all the time, hey, can you show me how to do this on my phone? Now, you may feel like that's the most simplest thing, right? But there's a lot of people that don't know how to use a phone. There's a lot of people that don't know how to use a computer, right? And they will pay you to teach them how to use one, right? There's classes literally for senior citizens right now to teach them how to use a computer, right? Maybe you speak really good English. There are people that will pay you to teach them English, right? If you're bilingual, that's like another skill that you get paid for. Maybe you are really good at cleaning. You can get paid to clean for people. There is a skill or a talent, gift, whatever, that you have that people will pay you to either teach them how to do it or perform it for them. People will even pay you to perform a skill for them that they already know how to do. Like, there are people out there that they know how to clean, but they don't want to clean. They'll pay you to do it for them. There are people out there that know how to cook, but they don't want to cook because their life is busy. They'll pay you to cook for them, right? Maybe you are really good at braiding hair. There are people that will pay you to braid their hair. There are people that will pay you to teach them how to braid hair. Maybe you are really good at driving. There are people out there that will pay you to teach them how to drive. There is a skill you have that you can make a lot of money from performing it for people or teaching them how to do it. And when I say that you can make so much money from the skills you already have, it's unbelievable. You know why? Because with a job caps you, right? And what I mean by that is when you work for somebody, there's a cap on what you can make. They determine how much money you make. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with working for somebody. Please don't get what I'm saying, take it the wrong way, right? But what I want you to understand is that you could work a job and you could still manifest making money on the side with a skill you already have, right? You don't have to put a cap on your income when it's a skill you have, right, that you control. That means that you can make as much money as you want with that skill. Whereas with a job, you could be great at that job, but there's always going to be a cap. There's always going to be but so much your boss will allow you to make with that job. But it will be completely different with you with you teaching other people the skill you have or doing it for them. Hopefully what I said makes sense. Now, if you would like to learn more about how you can manifest your dream life or anything about manifestation, I do have a same-hour reading that will be listed in the description below. And I'm actually working on a same-hour manifest your dream life reading right now, where I'm going to basically teach you how to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. And the cool thing about this reading is that it will be given to you within 1 hour of your purchase, right? So if you purchase it at 5 o'clock, you will have your reading by 6 o'clock. So that's a really cool thing about it, is that you won't have to wait. All right. So I'm currently working on that right now, but I do have other readings available as well. You can just check them out in the description below if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next one.